Hi, welcome to Restoring Relationships. In today's episode titled, How God Taught Me to Cry Differently, Ada, a woman whose marriage is quietly breaking. Her husband's neglect have created a distance where love once lived. But one night, in the middle of her tears, God whispered a different kind of instruction. I'm not asking you not to cry. I'm asking you to cry differently. This story reminds us that life can push us into moments where our efforts are unseen, our sacrifices unappreciated, and the people we love seem to cause the deepest pain. The natural reaction is to cry with anger, frustration, and murmuring, but there is a better way. In this episode, you'll learn how to release pain without destroying your peace, how to turn tears into prayer, and how to invite God's healing into a wounded marriage. Because bitterness builds walls, but prayer builds bridges. Stay with me till the end, and let this message soften your heart, strengthen your hope, and remind you that God still restores what feels broken. Ada sat alone on the worn-out couch, staring at the clock. It was almost 10 p.m., the children were in bed, the dishes were done, the house was clean, and the bills for the month had been paid by her. Again. She sighed and looked at her phone, no message, no call. Her husband, Tom, was out again, watching football with friends. She knew because she had seen it on a friend's WhatsApp status. Earlier that day, Ada had rushed home from her job as a school secretary. On the way, she stopped by the market to buy foodstuff. With tired feet and an aching back, she had still managed to cook a decent meal, help the children with their homework, and clean the house. Yet, when Tom came home, late and smelling of alcohol, he simply grunted at her, ate his food, left his plate on the table, and collapsed in front of the TV. It wasn't always this way. When they first married, Tom was full of dreams. But somewhere along the line, dreams turned into excuses. Every job opportunity that came his way, he dismissed. It's beneath me. I can't work under anyone. I want to be my own boss. But the boss never started anything. While Ada toiled, Tom lounged. She once confronted him with tears in her eyes. Tom, this can't continue. I can't keep carrying this family alone. You need to do something. Ah. So you're now the man of the house? You think because you pay the bills, you can talk to me anyhow. His words cut deep. Weeks turned into months. The cycle remained. Ada's silent tears at night turned into loud complaints during the day. She murmured while washing plates, Am I a slave in this house? She scolded him openly. Lazy man, see your colleagues doing something with their lives. She grumbled to friends and even to strangers in the market. Bitterness took root, and with it, her peace faded. Once a woman of prayer, Ada now struggled to pray. Her Bible gathered dust. Even in church, she found it hard to lift her hands in worship. Anger consumed her. Resentment choked her faith. So one night, after another heated quarrel, she collapsed on her knees in the bedroom. Her voice cracked as she cried out to God, Lord, you see my pain. Why won't you change him? Why won't you do something? And now you're telling me not to complain, not to murmur? But how else can I express this pain? It's like spanking a child and asking her not to cry. Silence. No answer came that night. But in the following days, a gentle whisper started nudging her heart. I am not asking you not to cry, daughter. I am asking you to cry differently. Confused, Ada turned to her Bible. Verses leapt out. Do all things without grumbling or arguing. Philippians 2 verse 14. Be anxious for nothing, but in everything by prayer and supplication, with thanksgiving, let your requests be made known to God. Philippians 4 verse 6. The prayer of a righteous person is powerful and effective. James 5 verse 16. Slowly understanding dawned. Her mode of crying, loud murmurings, bitter complaints was not healing her. It was poisoning her spirit. So she made a choice. The next morning, instead of lashing out when Tom ignored the job ad, she placed on the table. She went into the bedroom, knelt, and prayed. Lord, you see my husband's heart. I can't change him. Only you can. Let your will be done in this family. Make him the man you created him to be. Help me walk in wisdom and peace. She started praying more and speaking less. When Tom came home drunk, she no longer started a fight. She would clean him up, pray silently, and leave him to sleep. When he mocked her church-going, she would smile and say, "God is still at work in this home." Over the weeks, Tom noticed the change. The fights stopped. The house had peace. His conscience began to stir. One morning, out of the blue, he said, "Ada, there's a man looking for sales agents in his company. I think I'll go talk to him." She blinked in surprise, but simply smiled and whispered, "Thank you, Lord." The journey wasn't instant, but over time, the lazy man began to change. Ada learned something powerful. Her cry of bitterness kept the heavens closed. Her cry of surrender and prayer invited God's power. Important truth: complaining, murmuring, and bitter words may feel like a release in the moment, but they often deepen our wounds and shut the door to divine solutions. When we shift from complaining to praying, aligning our desires with God's will, He not only brings peace to our hearts, but also begins to transform the situation itself. The way we express our pain can either hinder or invite God's hand. Choose the cry that opens heaven. Every human will experience pain. Let's be honest, pain doesn't need an invitation. It shows up when you least expect it, wearing no makeup and no apology. It crashes into your life like a visitor that refuses to leave, sometimes staying longer than your joy. It doesn't care if you're a boss lady, a Sunday school teacher, or a stay-at-home mom. Pain will find you. The truth is, no one is exempted. Jesus himself wasn't. In Isaiah 53 verse 3, the Bible describes Jesus as a man of suffering and familiar with pain. Even the Son of God wasn't spared. So, what makes us think we won't cry sometimes? Pain doesn't just show up to ruin your vibe. It often comes to reveal your strength, reset your focus, and redirect your steps. But it only works if you process it the right way. You can either let pain drive a wedge between you and God, or let pain push you deeper into His arms. That's the reason for this channel, to help you see that your pain is not pointless. Take Joseph, for example. Betrayed, lied on, imprisoned. Yet in the end he told his brothers in Genesis 50 verse 20, "You intended to harm me, but God intended it for good to accomplish what is now being done, the saving of many lives." Pain with God is never wasted. It's processed. It's purified. Welcome back to Restoring Relationships. Every marriage faces storms, but how you cry in the storm determines what survives. Ada learned that murmuring doesn't move God. Faith does. And maybe that's your lesson too. Don't stop crying, just cry differently. If this message touched you, don't forget to subscribe, like, and share this video. Together, let's help more women find healing, hope, and restoration, one prayer at a time.